Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Barragan, Sergeant Major, United States Marine Corps retired, and the Senior Vice Commander of Post 4089, Veterans of Foreign War for Temecula and Marietta. Thank you very much for attending today. So, you know, somebody told me this morning, oh my gosh, it's going to be cold, it's going to be wet, it's going to be rainy. But you know, we live in a country where you're not getting shot at, and the weather might be what it might be, but there's no more beautiful place I'd rather be today than right here sitting in front, or standing in front of you in the city of Temecula. You know, in our nation's history, not too long ago, veterans weren't recognized for a whole lot of good. And my Vietnam veterans, if I have any standing here, I'd ask that you please stand up and raise your hand. And I want to tell you, welcome home for all those times that you weren't. You know, as a few of you that are here today, mostly from my era, if you will, we got home from combat and we were recognized, and they raised the flag in front of us, put us in the back seat of a car, recognized us in parades and all this and that. And I will tell you that it was great and enjoyed it thoroughly. But the things that this city, the city of Temecula, does for our veterans is a step above any other city that I've ever seen. And for that, for our council members that are here present today, and for those that aren't, and for the city staff that's here today, I personally, as just a resident of your city, want to thank you very much for all that you do for our veterans. As it would be fitting, is that we pledge allegiance to the flag of this great nation, and the flag is behind those trees, so trust me, it's over there. Our commander of our local VFW, John Hernandez, will lead our pledge allegiance.
Thank you. Place your right hand over your heart, remove all headgear, and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
So for many of you that either know or you don't know, the purpose of today is for the Fallen Heroes Memorial. And I will tell you, more than a year ago, the city of Temecula, Jeff Comanchero leading the way, wanted to have an ad hoc committee to talk about how we would honor our veterans. Specifically those who had lost their lives in combat. And I will tell you, as a result of one of our sons here locally, Staff Sergeant Lewis Carden, who, by the way, his dad, Fred Carden, is here. And sir, thank you very much for attending today. So the memorial was conceived by the Temecula City Council's Military Ad Hoc Committee in wake of the tragic loss of one of our own, Temecula resident Marine Staff Sergeant Lewis Carden, 27-year-old field artilleryman with Battalion Landing Team, 2nd Battalion, 6th Marines, who died while supporting Operation Inherent Resolve, the U.S. military's campaign against ISIS. Carden was praised for his valor in ensuring the safety of his fellow soldiers during that fatal attack. And sir, thank you very much. I know this tends to be a long list of things that your son gets recognized for, and I'm sure you'd rather have him here today. But it's a way to honor you and memorialize your son and his efforts in being a Marine and doing what he did every single day of his life. Right? We have a list of speakers here today, and I would like to start with Council Member Jeff Comanchero. Jeff?
Good afternoon. I apologize for being a little bit late. I ran. But these occasions, while, you know, in some ways bittersweet, we wish we didn't have to do these kinds of things, but nonetheless, it really is a tribute to many people. And it's incumbent on us as citizens, not just of Temecula, but of the United States, to recognize those who gave the ultimate. And that's what we're doing here today. It's been a pleasure to serve on this subcommittee. Councilman Stewart served with me as well. We have Councilmember Edwards here as well, with Dave and John and the VFW folks, with the Women's Club who have contributed. But this has been a real effort. Supervisor Washington's office as well. And you won't see the end result today. You're only going to see the beginning of what will ultimately be erected here, but it's going to be very special and a very fitting tribute to those who we honor today. So thank you so much for coming here. You know, you talk about what we do for the veterans, and I'll be the first to tell you, no matter what we do, we don't do enough. And so we continue to do more, and that's what we're all about. So thanks again for being here and supporting our veterans.
Our next speaker is Councilmember James Stewart.
Well, again, I am so impressed. I've only been down the city council for like a year and a half, but just to see what our city does for our vets is really incredible. And this sidewalk is chokes me up. But what a perfect place for the statue itself. So, thanks.
Councilmember Marianne Edwards.
You know, we are here today celebrating and honoring the sacrifice of so many who've come before us, and they are the ones that allow us to be here today. And as Jeff said, Temecula may do a lot, but we feel like there's so much more that can be done. And thank you to the Women's Club. Women's Club members, stand up. Look at this. They worked very hard. And the Women's Club is the longest organization, nonprofit organization in town, I think, in Temecula, and still going strong. So thank you for everything that you have done for not only this project, for so many projects in town. And I'm proud to say that my husband's brick is over that direction, and Vietnam veteran Sergeant Thomas Edwards was home doing yard work and apologizes that he couldn't be here today. So he is here. You know, we all get to celebrate those daily things, and the way that we honor those who have gone before us and given their full measure is by celebrating those daily things and living in freedom and moving freely and knowing that the sacrifice that they made has allowed us to do those things and be here today. So we celebrate every single day in just being free in the United States. So we're lucky that we can remember all of our veterans, and now we'll be able to remember all of those who have given their all for not only the city of Temecula, but for every citizen in the United States. So thank you.
From Assembly Member Marie Waldron's office, Assembly Member from 75th District, Miss Christy McDougall.
Well, good afternoon. Again, my name is Christy. I'm here on behalf of Assemblywoman Waldron. Thank you again for having us, and we also wanted to extend our thank you and congratulations to everyone for all their hard work for getting this. I hear it's going to be up pretty soon, so I'm very excited. It's a great place for reflection and a wonderful tribute to those who have served our community. So the Assemblywoman does have some certificates for the city and for the VFW for all your hard work. I'll just leave it here. So thank you very much for having us.
Well, they look good. You're supposed to get them presented, and so I'm going to present them to you later, John. This military ad hoc committee, which consisted of the city, the VFW, the Women's Club, Assembly Member Chuck Washington's office, and also we need to recognize the actual artist that we've contracted, and Austin Kaysen, who is the master of putting this thing together, and you'll see it when it finally gets put up, and you'll be very pleased with it. But Austin, thank you for your efforts. From the Temecula Women's Club, Miss Juanita Brown.
Hello there.
And Miss Peggy Bauman. Please.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Juanita Brown, and as president from last year, I got to tell you how wonderful it feels to work with a city council that actually gets things done. Look at this. We're here to break ground. And I'd like to introduce you to Peggy Bauman, who's next year's president. Actually, this year.
It's okay, it's okay.
Maybe
It's
next
okay.
year, too.
We're just really happy to be a good corporate citizen and give back to the company, and we're really grateful to be able to thank these that have given their lives in the service to the service of our country, and we really look forward to working with the city again for who knows what next project will come about, but we're looking forward to it. Thanks.
We have a lot of wind here. Sounds like we're in an aircraft, so I'm going to shut this off. And I'm going to shut it off because I think my voice will carry. So you weren't here to listen to me. You weren't here to get cold and wet and rainy. You were here to break ground. So with that, and without further ado, let's get this party started. Council members, please come forward. Veterans of Foreign War, Women's Club, please come forward. Grab a shovel. And when you're done, I've got a hole at my house. We need to... Never mind, we're not going to...